Good, great rise, everyone. Great rise on this Saturday morning. I'm gonna wait and let you guys start rolling in. As you guys are rolling in, of course, we want to share with everyone who is new to the group. Welcome to Mobile Home Investing for Newbies. This group is a place where you can come get information, ask questions, share your experience as you are moving along in the mobile home investing space. And for those who have been here, thanks for your continued support. So today, we wanted to do a Q&A for flipping and wholesaling mobile homes in preparation for the mobile home conference. So I'm going to, we have back on with us this morning, Mr. Abdul Shabazz. How are you?
I'm doing well, sis. How about yourself?
I am fantastic. I'm fantastic. I'm just excited to be here as always. So today the intention was for us to, jump on here, see if we can get some people on here to ask some questions. If not, we could just, go off the hip and just share some information for people that are interested in wholesaling or flipping mobile homes. Hello, Warren Green. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Excited for you to be here. So for those that were not on our live on Thursday, okay, so on Thursday we had a live. It was great. Abdul was on there dropping some wonderful and helpful information in regards to mobile home investing. And we also announced that we are going to be having the mobile home conference. We're going to be hosting the mobile home conference on May 14th, 2022 in Atlanta, Georgia. So we're super, super excited about that. I've put a link in the description for you guys to head over there. Get your tickets to this event. It's going to be so powerful. Not only do you get the opportunity to network with other like-minded individuals that are in the space of, wholesaling or flipping and rentals and just doing all types of things, investing in mobile homes. Of course, you're going to get, us two powerhouses sharing amazing content with you guys, really step by step into how to both wholesale virtually as well as how to properly flip mobile homes. We're going to go into some more things for sure, but it's going to be quite an experience. And we do also have the opportunity, if you are going to do the VIP, to come with us, join us for an intimate private dinner where we'll be discussing some wealth strategies. We'll be touching more on your personal, if there's anything that you need personally that we can dive into. So it's going to be fantastic. And the VIP, you also get some great digital assets, like some templates and things like that. So if you haven't already, make sure you click the link that's in the description and sign up for the mobile home conference this May 14th, Saturday, May 14th in Atlanta, Georgia. So this morning, I'm thinking tonight, because I'm always doing lives in the nighttime. We want to just answer some questions, guys. So if you have some questions regarding wholesaling mobile homes, flipping mobile homes, anything mobile homes, go ahead and, comment, share your questions with us. Shmo said, yo. So if you have any questions, guys, you can go ahead and share them, share where you're tuning in from. Mr. Abdul Shabazz, are you excited for our conference?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Most definitely. I'm excited. I love people who love investing in themselves. And this is a great opportunity. We always, I'm always coaching, and I'm pretty sure you're always coaching people to get in the rooms. I've been in position to go to conference, and the people who I admire, I'm able to sit down at the table. I'm able to go in the rooms where they are at, pick their brains, and see how they were able to, go from where I'm at right now to making, 8 figures, every single year. And whenever you're able to do that, you see sometimes that it's not too far from where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
And that person is able to show you some of the mistakes that you are making. So whenever you go back to your prospective areas, you're able to adjust. You're able to change. And when you're able to adjust and change, now you can go from making 6 figures to 7 figures. And now you can go from making 7 figures to 8 figures, because that person that's making that amount of money helped you fine tune something that you weren't doing. Mm-hmm. And I think very important for the people that's going to be coming to at least get one nugget that's going to change your life. Every time I go to a conference, I always look for one nugget. Sometimes what happens is people, they want the grand picture. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get the grand picture, y'all. Mm-hmm. Just look for one nugget that's going to help change your life. So every conference that I book, especially the conferences that I booked this year, the private dinners that I booked this year, I've been looking for one nugget, and I promise you, I found that one nugget every single time, and it literally took me to the next stage of my life. So this conference is going to be dope, y'all. I'm going to pour a lot, and if anybody that knows me personally know that I don't teach the same thing. Mm-hmm. I was always taught, if you gotta hide what you're trying to teach, that means that you don't know enough. Mm-hmm. So the amount of information that I know is endless. So when you go to my conference, whenever you talk to me, I don't teach on the same thing. Right. I teach on different every single time. So it's going to be a blast, Miss Jazmine. I can't wait this.
I am so excited. I'm so excited. And I'm just grateful to be doing the event with you. I love, for with both of us, again, just our energies, our desire to serve and really help people. So this is going to be dope. This is going to be amazing. Right. So guys, put your questions in. Hey, Lisa. Lisa says, good morning. Great rise, love. How are you? Javier says he's in from San Antonio, Texas. What's up, Texas? Thanks for tuning in. Lisa asked, excited to be in the room where it happens. Any reason general admission is only 2 hours? What does the VIP session and dinner start? So the general admission is for the main event, right? You're gonna come in. We're going to literally just be dropping information. Like, we're not coming in with the fluff and all of that. We're coming in hardcore, giving it to you, right? So that's what the main event is going to be. After the main event, the VIP are going to have the opportunity to go out to a private dinner with us. So the main event the 2 hours is just for the main event, the content information. The VIP dinner, the wealth building dinner, that stuff is going to be afterwards. So after we leave, we'll be leaving that venue and going to a disclosed restaurant to go eat together and have our wealth building dinner there. So that I believe we're going to start that at 7:00?
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be roughly around 7:30 with the dinner.
Yep. So yes. So you'll have the opportunity to be, again, both in the room to get the content, as well as an opportunity to have a more high level conversation regarding wealth building strategies. I'm going to be sharing some tax strategy. So we're going to just talk. We're going to talk a lot more in depth when we go to the dinner, again, about wealth building strategies as well. So hope to see you there, my love. Hope to see you there. I think you're in Florida, but we already have quite a few people coming in from out of state. So we definitely hope to see you there, love.
Miss Jazmine, let me share something on top of that.
Absolutely.
Just like what I mentioned before, right? How, I go to conferences and I look for one nugget that's going to change my life. I've been in the room and somebody made one suggestion, right? So like this one guy, he was like, hey, look, if you're selling products, it's best for you to sell products at midnight and at 3 a.m. in the morning. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why midnight? Why 3 a.m. in the morning? And so he broke down the infrastructure. He broke down like the infomercial and all that. He broke that down, and it made so much sense. So I said, you know what? I said, let me try it, right? And I was experiencing every time I tried it, I woke up and I saw sales. And I'm like, wait a minute. Let me keep trying it. And as I kept trying it, I kept waking up and I kept seeing people buying my products. And it was just off of that one nugget. So sometimes when people look at the price, now to me, $147 is a no-brainer. If I go to an event and somebody is going to teach me something that I don't know, how much? So I look at the value, right? I don't look at the price. I look at the value. Are the people going to give me the value for what I'm paying for? So whenever I take that dollar bill, is the value going to be greater than what I'm going to be paying? And if the value is greater than what I'm paying, then I'm not complaining. Because I know that once they give me that information, I'm going to go back home. And when I go back home, that piece of information is going to make me thousands of dollars. And every single time I've been to a conference, I came back home and made thousands of dollars. So I don't care about $400. I don't care about giving somebody $1,000 because I know once I take that piece of information that they have given me, I'm going to make thousands and tens of thousands of dollars off that one piece of information.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it gets higher and higher, right? Like, I mean, for we paid $20,000 for coaching sessions, you know, but it's about the value that you're getting. You get that back in a second. So we have Javier. He's saying, hey, I got a quick question. If you're under 18 and you want to get a mobile home under contract or get into a flip, could I sign under my dad or just under an LLC? So you can absolutely utilize your dad if he's, you know, open and willing to have it under his name, which I think could be a, you know, 1, 2, 3 type of thing. And if you are doing an LLC, my belief is that you have to be 18 to open up an LLC as well. But I may not be. That's my belief, but I would have to actually double check that. Do you know, Abdul, if you have to be 18 to start an LLC?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you do have to be 18 to start an LLC. So if you're not 18, then you will not be able to start an LLC. This is why parents put things in their children's name until they turn 18. Then that's whenever they transfer everything over to them. You know, but if you do have a parent that is willing to put things underneath their name, then that is always excellent. Utilize your pops, and you can definitely go from there. That would be a good way, is by utilizing your pops.
Yeah, so I was just looking online. You know, Google can be your best friend. So I was just looking. So you can start in some states. You can actually start an LLC. Like I'm looking at California. In California, you don't need you can start an LLC any age. There's no age restrictions, but in most states, you can start an LLC. You would just need a parental sign off. So you can start your own LLC, but you still would need a parental sign off on that LLC. So, you know, if your dad is open, again, you know, you can just get it right under his name, or you can start an LLC with his, you know, authorization as well. But first of all, Javier, I want to just recognize such a young man wanting to get into this space and being here on a Saturday morning, trying to get information and asking questions is really, really beautiful. And it must be recognized because that's just great. That is great. It speaks high volumes of you as an individual. And yeah, I'm just hoping you crush it. You absolutely crush it. So if you have any questions or we can help you in any way, let us know, Javier. So awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. So I know for myself, some of the main questions that we have when it comes to like virtual wholesaling, at least, is, you know, how am I going to get this deal under contract if I haven't seen it? If, you know, I've never talked to the buyers. I never talked to, or never seen the buyers, never seen the sellers or the property itself. So these are the kind of things that we're going to be talking about at the mobile home conference, right? Is really getting down to the nitty gritty of like the step-by-steps, what to say if you're not in the market, how do you evaluate it if you're not physically there, how to get buyers, how do you show a property if you're not there, how to actually close the transaction, contracts, things of that nature if you're not there, right? And the beautiful thing about the ability of virtual wholesaling is, one, you get access to being in multiple markets at the same time if you choose, right? It's not a requirement. You might want to just be in one particular market, but what if you're, you know, at a point where you're looking to grow or you're looking to expand, or you just want to be in multiple markets, right? You can do that. You can do that with virtually wholesaling these mobile homes, is being in different places at the same time, right? It also allows you to potentially close more deals, because again, you can be at more places at once than your physical body can be. So that is some of the great benefits of virtually wholesaling. And then just, you know, if you want to minimize just the rip and running, you know what I mean? I do think that there is a benefit to that. Like there is some benefits to actually doing wholesaling locally if you're going to go see the seller. But literally, I mean, I've been virtually wholesaling for about 4.5 years. First, I was doing it with houses, and now I'm doing it with mobile homes. And I can just tell you, when we made that transition, because at first we were doing everything locally, right? So I would only wholesale in my little area. I would only wholesale 30 minutes outside of where I lived, because I didn't want to be driving back and forth, right? So that was great. Of course, we're getting tons of deals. But when we made that transition to doing it virtually, and we were in 3 different states, I mean, I can't even explain to you, you know, the difference in the amount of deals that we were doing, in the volume that we were doing it. And now, of course, that's going to lead to profitability, right? Because we're doing more deals without having to spend as much time and just physical effort of like driving out and doing certain things. So the virtual side of it is just really, really, really awesome. It kind of just opens up doors for you. And the really awesome thing is that you can do virtual local, right? So I was actually in my market, right? When I was living in Maryland, I was in Maryland. I was wholesaling in Maryland, but I was operating virtually in the sense of they didn't know I was there. I didn't need to go to their house. I could do everything from home. You know what I mean? So it was a great you know, strategy to get into. So I'm just really excited to share more with you guys in regards to wholesaling mobile homes, both traditionally and virtually, because I mean, granted, we're in 2022, we in the time of the metaverse, all types of things going on. So you do need to just have some different tools of being able to get access to as many deals as you possibly can. Right. So Lisa says facts. Love it, Lisa. Lisa, I appreciate you so much. Such a great supporter of our group. Mr. Abdul Shabazz, what's a common question that you get?
When it comes down to flipping mobile homes, I know one of the common questions that I get is they usually ask me, why do people buy mobile homes that are as is versus buying mobile homes that's renovated? And, you know, the way I like answer that is I tell them, I say, sometimes the people that are buying the mobile homes as is, their husband is a contractor, right? Their father is a contractor, their brother, their friend, somebody in their family knows how to fix the mobile home. And you'll be surprised, there are some women because 85% of the people that buy mobile homes from me are women.
Mm.
85. And you'll be surprised. There are some women that comes to me and say, oh, I know how to do the work. And I'm looking like, you know how to do all? I'm like, man, you go, sis. I'm like, that's what's up. And they be like, oh, yes, sir. We're going to do the floors. We're going to paint. Don't worry about those holes in the wall. We got it. I can bring my other sister friends over here and we can just make this a whole project, right?
Yes.
And so these people, they know that they're getting a mobile home at a discounted price. So for them, it's like, well, why spend $20,000 when I can get the mobile home for $7,500 and put a couple $1,000 into it? Now I'm literally saving about $10,000 because we're doing it, you know, ourselves. You know, so when people ask that question, I'm like, that's it right there. And I have done that in certain cases as well. Just as, you know, investors, we're not going to get the renovated mobile home. Mm-hmm. We're going to get the mobile home that needs work. Mm-hmm. So it's the same mindset that the people develop. It's like, yo, I want it at the cheapest price, and I want to be able to do the work inside the home so I can save me, you know, money at the end of the day. So that's one question I usually get is, why do people get, you know, the mobile home that's as is versus the mobile home that is renovated at the end of the day? And, you know, another question that people usually ask me is, whenever I do buy these mobile homes, you know, as is, what is the return margin that I'm looking for? And I tell people, I usually look for about 50% because my company is about production. How fast can we get it? How fast can we sell it? So I use about 50%. So if I get the mobile home for, let's say, $5,000, I'm looking to sell that mobile home for $7,500 at a minimum. At a minimum. If somebody comes to me, yo, I got $7,500. Okay, well, cool. Let's go ahead and do the deal. Yeah. Because, you know, and, you know, days time, I just made $2,500. And then I always pose the question, how much money do you make on your 9-to-5 job every single month? And for some people, it's usually $2,500 to $3,500 a month that they're making. Yeah. So I'm like, if you can make that off one deal, plus if you're still working your 9-to-5 job and you combine those together, now you're bringing in $5,000, or you're bringing in, you know, $5,500 or $6,000 a month. What can that do to your lifestyle? Some people only want to take 6 vacations a year. Yeah. So it's like, if that can be a lifestyle change in you, then so be it. You go from taking 1 vacation a year to 6 vacations a year because you're flipping a mobile home every other month or every month. It doesn't matter. So I usually look at a 50% margin. Get it for $5, sell it for $7,500, and I'm good. I tell people all the time, do not be greedy. Do not be greedy on these deals. A lot of times people try to hold a mobile home and they're greedy, and then they see that the mobile home is sitting for a month at a time, right? And now they're trying to go back to those same people that they pass up those offers on. And now the people are like, oh, I already found a mobile home. Or, oh, I'm not interested anymore. So it's like, don't be greedy. If you make an extra $2,500 that's matching your paycheck at work, and take it and go on and move on to the next deal. And all your exit strategy. So before you get in the game, know what you're going to be doing. And once you know what you're going to be doing, stick to it. Stick to it and run with it. After you do the deal, then go ahead and switch up and do something else if you feel like it. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, excuse me, we got Steve asking, how can you give repair estimates virtually where you can't be there to do so in person? Okay, Steve, great question. So Steve, what we do is, right, first is you can speak with the seller, get information from the seller in regards to what kind of repairs are needed, X, Y, Z. One thing that I do like to say when you're working virtually or at all, and it's not, it's, you know, you can't trust the seller, okay? So the seller will tell you whatever they want to tell you to make, you know, in some cases, people are very honest. And sometimes it's not even always about being dishonest. Sometimes it's about perception. You know, what you may perceive as something that's damaged or needs to be repaired or something like that. Somebody else may perceive as like, oh no, this is okay. This is just a little quick patch up. And you're like, no, we got to tear this whole thing down and replace this whole thing. Right. So, so one is just asking questions from the seller, just so you can get a general baseline of like their perception. What are some things that are needed, right? Next, you're going to have someone that's going to go out to the property for you to take pictures, okay, for you. And that those pictures, that person is also going to be, you know, you're going to tell them exactly what they're looking for, what to take pictures of. And those pictures are going to be a way for you to verify the information that was provided to you in reference to the repairs that are needed. Okay. So once you get those pictures, now there's a couple different ways and a couple different people that you can have go out there to get those pictures for you. Then you can review that, and then you can, you know, make an assessment or make a you know, pretty much a judgment from there. But one thing that I do want to really mention is we focus more because we're wholesaling, right? If you're flipping the deal, then it's a little bit different. You want to make sure that like the numbers are spot on. You want to make sure that, you know, this is your money that you're going to be putting into this particular property. If you're wholesaling, right, particularly for mobile homes, you want to have more of a general idea of what your buyers are paying for properties in a particular category, if you will, right? So if it's, you know, we have 1 to 5 stars. Like, so if it's a 1 star, what's somebody's paying for that? 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, and 5 star, right? So you don't want to get too caught up personally as a wholesaler and like, okay, I got to write down this window's broke, window A is broke, you know, there's a patch on spot B, right? You want to have a more general concept of what type of property is this? What category does this fit into? And what are my buyers paying for properties in this particular category? Okay. And then make your offer based on what you know your buyers are going to be paying, right? So I have some properties where I know at a baseline, my buyers are looking to pay between typically between $5,000 and $7,000 for that type of property, right? Off top. So I'm not really, you know, I know what my profit margin is, right? So a lot of times I'm getting those properties between free and like $500. But you know, that's more so what you want to look at is like, you want to identify and know what your buyers are paying for those types of properties, not so much trying to get every single repair like dotted and by line. If you're flipping, then that's something that's you definitely want to do. But if you are wholesaling, you want to have more of a category. And that's something that I'm going to be providing at the conference is what is a 1 star, what is a 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, and 5 star. So you can quickly identify these type of properties and be able to make an offer right away as soon as you see some pictures or get some context as far as what the property needs. Okay, so hopefully that was that helped answer your question, Steve. My guy Lamar, what's up, Lamar? Is asking, is it profitable to flip mobile homes in Maryland? If so, how do you go about starting to flip mobile homes in Maryland? What's good, Jazmine? What's good, Lamar? I have never flipped a mobile home in Maryland. Okay. I personally have never flipped a mobile home. I mean, I've never flipped a mobile home at all. So I haven't flipped a mobile home. That's why I have Abdul, the expert over here, to discuss flipping. I mean, I don't know if you've done any deals in Maryland, Abdul. Have you happened to do anything in Maryland yet?
No, I haven't flipped a mobile home in Maryland. I have students in Maryland, though, I would say. But the one thing I would say is whenever you are getting into any space, any type of new business, you definitely want to make sure that you are educated in the space. Because you're asking the question, you know, how do you get started? The more you learn, the more you will earn. Mm-hmm. That's what separates people in this field. People that think they may know it all, and then versus somebody who actually knows, you can literally see the works. And you will see, you know, how many mobile homes they're producing every single month or how much money they're generating is because they know a lot in the space. So I would tell anybody that's new, make sure you continue to tap in with Jazmine. because she's not going to steer you in the wrong path. But also as a mobile home flipper, you got to know what all that entails. So at the conference, I'm definitely going to be breaking it down. So investing is a science. I want you to understand this, right? Investing is a science. If you put two chemicals together, right, and there's an explosion, you know that those two chemicals does not work. But if you put chemicals together and the chemicals does not explode and they mix well together, then now you know that you have a formula that works. Mm-hmm. So at the conference, I'm going to be breaking down the exact formula that I use so that you have a comprehensive knowledge on how to go out there and flip and literally kill the game. You know, so whenever you are flipping at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you know the market that you're getting yourself into. So one thing I want you to do as a starter in Maryland, you want to just pretty much look at the population in Maryland, and then you want to see how many children that you have in Maryland. When I mean children, I'm talking about the people that's under the age of 18 years of age, and I want you to automatically X those people out of your population. And then you want to go from there, because now you want to see how many people that you're going to be serving. You want to make sure that the area that you are in is profitable. So now the next thing is you want to look at the median income. And then from there, you'll be able to see, okay, well, cool. They have this amount of adults in this area, and this is the median income in this area. Now we can go ahead and we can build from there. So those are some of the things that you want to look at to see if your area is definitely going to be profitable. You want to check the market, see what the mobile homes are going for. And if it's in your price range, then go for it. You know, not, then I always tell people this: just because it's not in your price range does not mean that it's not in somebody else's price range. You know, so you can wholesale to somebody else, you know, but flipping, you know, you gotta, is one of those things. When you flip, you want to look at the amount of money that you have starting out, which is your capital. How much money do you have? Some people, when they get in the game, they don't have a lot of money. They have underneath $5,000. So if your market does not call for a mobile home being bought at $5,000, then now you got to see what the average home is going for, and that's how much money you need to be starting with. So in Georgia, I know that I can get a mobile home for $4,500 with no problem. In Maryland, that starting point may not be $4,500. It may be $8,500. It may be $10,000. If you have that amount of money, then you do not need to start flipping. You do not, because there's not always, but sometimes there can be unforeseen things that pop up, and now you need extra money. So never put yourself in a position where you're going to lose. So I teach you how to win the game.
Yeah. I think that is a great point. And Lamar, just to share with you, right? So in Maryland, we did some research because I had a couple students that are in Maryland. So of course we did research in regards to like what part, you know, where the parks are, some things like that. And we found that there was surprisingly a high concentration of parks in Baltimore. And I was living in Baltimore, and I'm like, where are the parks at, right? But sometimes, if your eyes are not, set to look for that, you're not even paying attention. There was in some areas that really we weren't really in much. So there are a lot of, I think there was like 22 mobile home parks in Baltimore. And then some other areas, of course, like the Eastern Shore, has a lot of mobile homes. And those are pretty much the two areas specifically in Maryland that had a higher concentration. But I definitely can connect you with our two students. We had Africa, who was wholesaling in Maryland, and Kelly Rochelle, another student of ours who was wholesaling in Maryland and actually closed out on her deal, her first deal in Maryland. So, but I want to say they were both in Eastern Shore, though. They were both in Eastern Shore. And then the cool thing, and this is the thing about virtually wholesaling too, because you might not be specifically in a market that is the best market, right? So with having the access to other markets, you don't limit yourself to being in your market just because, right? You are making a strategic decision to say, this is where I want to be because I've done the research and things, it's showing that people are closing deals, people are interested in mobile homes, XYZ, that this is a great area to be in. So hope that was helpful to you, Lamar. Javier asked, thanks. And I've been connecting with a lot of park managers in my space. And do you think I should delegate the process, hiring a VA overseas to inform them of my operations, or is it best I talk to them? Okay. I get this question a lot. And I strongly believe that you should not outsource too early in the game. Okay. You haven't closed the deal, right? At this point, you're contacting these parks because you're looking to build rapport. You're looking to build relationships, right? You're 18, you have the time. Well, I'm assuming you have the time, right? Even if you're not 18, right? Even if you're whoever you are, if you're just getting started in this space, you need to put yourself in the position to know what you're talking about very, very, very well, so that when it's time for you to hire a virtual assistant or hire a salesperson, right, or whatever it is, you can properly explain to them what your process is, what your goal is. You can train them. You can actually provide them with valuable feedback to help them improve. If you have not done it for, I like to say a minimum, and this is a strong on the minimum of 90 days of you experiencing talking to the park managers, right? Having real conversations, building, seeing what worked, what didn't work, right? All these different types of things, so that when you hire a VA, you can say, this is what you say. When they say this is what you do, right? XYZ. Another thing about hiring VAs overseas, and I have VAs overseas, so I definitely know the value, but you have to understand that, typically speaking, right, 2 VAs overseas is going to equate to one of you usually. So let's just say you're cold calling. Let's say you're cold calling, excuse me. And typically from your cold calling, you are generating, let's just say you're doing 3-4 deals a month, right? You're getting a deal a week, period. You're getting a deal a week, right? Now you saying, okay, I'm ready to hire a VA. I want to pull myself out of the business a little bit, or be able to have more time to do XYZ. When you hire this VA, you should have the expectation that your deals are now going to go to 2. So you're going to go from 4 to 2 with hiring one VA. And the reason is because there's several reasons. One, this is your business, right? You are the one that has the passion and things like that. So it's, they typically don't have that same amount of, passion, or are going to put in that same amount of work. They're coming here, they have a certain task, and they're going to just do that, right? But another thing is, and this is not to be, I don't intend to be rude, disrespectful in any type of way. But we have to just be honest, right, with ourselves, and be realistic and kind of observant. Sometimes when people are getting calls from people overseas, unfortunately, right, when you hear sometimes a very strong accent, people will just hang up. Sometimes this happened. I've done millions and millions of cold calling and stuff like that with VA, so I can speak on this very strongly. People will just hang up, right? They won't even give them the opportunity to say what they're even calling about. Okay, so you're gonna have that. You're gonna have a cultural difference in the sense of, when they're talking, being able to build that rapport. That there might be something that happened over here that we could talk about, that they're just not able to kind of make that connection, right, with whomever you're contacting and calling. So, so to wrap that up, my recommendation is, for you to actually put in the work long enough to, at minimum, get a deal from your work to see that it works, so you can have something to be able to train and teach and again provide that feedback. And I would add to that, even when you hire your VA, just you stopping whatever you're doing. So if you were cold calling, don't stop cold calling. If you were contacting park managers, don't stop contacting park managers just because you hired. Continue doing it. Be able to see, okay, I'm doing the same thing, they're doing the same thing. You can compare and contrast the results so that you can know that that person is right for your company. And then, as time goes on, you can pull yourself out. But I don't recommend doing that too fast. Okay, Javier. So, Mr. Abdul, what do you have any opinions on that?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much cleared everything up. Only thing I would add to it is, gotta understand any business that you do, because, prime example, I would just get a person like Jazmine, and she would just come work with my team, vice versa. And Jazmine said, "Oh yeah, I want you to go and cold call. Oh yeah, I want you to schedule appointments. Oh yeah, I want you to dispatch." Right? If Jazmine don't break down to me how she wants it to be done, I'm going to do it how I think it should be done. And that can be the fastest way your business can go from here and it can drop all the way down here. So you need to know everything about your business before you outsource to somebody else. So people who never done a mobile home deal before, that's so quick to outsource everything, I always tell them, slow your roll. You need to make sure you have some skin in the game, because those people are not going to be able to build a relationship like you're going to be able to build a relationship with the park managers and the park owners. So there's a lot of small things that you need to do. No great business that you see out here right now literally grew to millions overnight. It was literally a process, steady growing process. And then that's when I was able to take off, but you must know your business before you try to outsource it. And a lot of people, believe it or not, they haven't even done a SWOT analysis, Ms. Jasmine. So
Yeah.
they don't even know, their strength, their weakness, their opportunities, the threats in their business. And they don't even know the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats with their own self.
Right.
So there's so much that you need to do before you outsource. But at the end of the day, how I run my business, not how you're going to run it.
Uh-oh. I don't know if oh no, he's back. There we go. Yes. So Javier, I hope that that helped you again. Keep going though. Keep going and just know, like, we got to put in the work. I know we're in a space where everybody doesn't want to work, but you got to put it to work so that you don't have to work. Okay. So put in the work so you don't got to work. Lamar said, appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think that's one, excuse me, one thing that I find so much in business is people trying to move too fast. And I get it. I love it, but it's the only thing is it seems like it's coming from a place of more so fear. I believe because they don't they don't want to put in that work or experience all that rejection. They'd like rather put that off on somebody else and then just get the deals in. But you have to don't look at it from a fear perspective. Look at it from a growth perspective. Look at it from a growth perspective. Like, you making these calls, if that's what you're doing, contacting park managers, calling people, whatever it is you're doing, whatever you're marketing, however you're marketing, at the end of the day, you're going to end up communicating with someone, right? And you're going to learn through that. I mean, you're going to learn through that. You have to get through those first 5,000 conversations or whatever it is, 100 conversations, right? To learn, get the data. You're right now, you're collecting data. Okay? So don't even, get upset or worried or scared. You're collecting data. You're finding out what works, what doesn't work. And you're just looking for opportunities, right? You're talking to people. If you're not the right fit for that person, if you're not able to serve them, then you go ahead and move on, right? Well, you don't move on, you follow back up later, okay? Because no doesn't mean no, it just means not right now, okay? So I've closed deals with people that literally cursed me out on the phone. Literally cursed me out, like, because I had just called her at a bad time, right? She cursed me out. Don't be calling my phone. I'm getting all these calls, XYZ. I understand, ma'am. You know what? That's not my intention. XYZ. I'm sorry you're having a bad day. Whatever it is, let her have her free time. Let her decompress. Follow back up in about a month, and boom, now I got the deal. Okay, so you just have to, again, remove your own emotions from it. Because it's not personal, right? They're not attacking me, Jazmine. Like she don't even know me from nowhere, right? It's the circumstance, it's whatever it is. So yeah, I just want to just share that. Like, just look at the opportunity for growth, because then now you're able to hire, and you're able to hire the right teams. You got the best sales team, you got everything, and now your business is crushing it. But a lot of people complain about virtual assistants, whether they're overseas or here. And it's not always the virtual assistant. If you don't know how to train them right, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. So anyhow, if you guys have any last questions, go ahead and post them. I want to just remind you all to get those tickets to the mobile home conference. The link is in the description. We only have like a couple more spots, like 3 more spots for the VIP. So hurry up, grab the tickets right away. We just announced it on Monday. So right now we have the early bird prices of $147 for general admission, $347 for VIP. Again, general admission, you're getting into the event, you're networking, you're talking, you're going to learn all the ins and outs step by step. You're going to walk out of there ready to go. Okay, ready to go. And if you at the VIP, on top of that, you're going to be coming with us to a private dinner. We're going to be talking about wealth strategies beyond and in mobile homes. How to just be great, because at the end of the day, we're all looking for, although, you may wholesale, you may flip, right? These are strategies to get you cash, get your cash up, right? Build your capital. But then we have to start talking about, long-term endeavors, right? So this is just an opportunity for us to build, like I said, build some and talk about some wealth strategies with you guys. I'm super, super excited about it. Abdul's excited. We just are happy to come and serve you guys, and just do the best we can, and help you guys out to be the best that you can. So if there are any last questions, you guys can post them. Otherwise, we will wrap up this morning. Lisa says thanks, and see you guys in Atlanta. All right, so we got Lisa coming from Florida to Atlanta. Okay, she is, so wherever you are, we are ready for you. We are ready for you. Come to the A. I'm ready to go in the A. It's been a while since I've been to Atlanta, so it's about to be lit. It's about to be lit.
We actually have about 4 people right now in my inner circle that's coming from the Florida area too.
Nice.
So we got down South Florida coming. We got mid Florida, around the Atlanta area, and then after that, we have the northern Florida people that are showing up and coming. So they're coming in drones. Y'all may be passing each other, on the way here if you're driving, or you may be on a flight together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I just want to leave them with this, Miss Jazmine, if I may. One thing always ask the people, I say, I have to ask, do you want to be in the same position that you are right now next year?
Right.
And if the answer is no, then you must do something now that's going to change that for next year. So those people that are on the fence, I promise y'all, it's time for you to jump to the other side, because you never want to be that person in 2023 in April saying, man, I wish I would have jumped into virtual wholesaling when Ms. Jazmine, gave me an opportunity. I wish I would have jumped into QuickBooks or, renting a mobile home, whatever the case is, when I had the opportunity to do it. But now I don't. What people do not understand is this, Ms. Jazmine. Last year, the two, I would say, really most successful businesses last year was mobile homes and storage units. And people don't even know that mobile homes were trending last year in January, and mobile homes was trending last year in August. So these hedge fund companies, I'm talking about these $100 million companies, started investing in mobile homes, and right now they are buying mobile home parks as we speak. Because they're seeing the cash on cash returns, and it's blowing their mind. And y'all may not even believe, I don't care, do your own research. Just do your research. Y'all may not believe Abdul, but next year you don't know where this mobile home market is going to be at.
No.
So you might as well go ahead and get it now and make the money, because people are now seeing how valuable mobile homes are. And not only are people seeing how valuable mobile homes are, the states are now seeing how valuable mobile homes are. Remember, mobile homes are personal property. They're not making a lot of money off mobile homes, but they're starting to see more and more and more people buy mobile homes. But I'm not going to give them no more game on that, Ms. Jazmine. I'm going to stop right there.
Stop it. Just stop. Stop.
I'm literally give the people the game when they come down here. And,
no, I'm telling you, and I'm speaking from coming from both sides, right? So I've been on a single family side. I've had rentals, right? We've done flips on the single family. I wholesaled on the single family side. Now, don't get me wrong. That's still my dog. Single family is still my dog forever, right? But when I found out about mobile homes and I took that leap,
game changer.
Like, come on. It's insane. It's literally insane. So yeah, I'm so grateful to have taken that step, and just seeing how things have just seeing this space is amazing. So you are spot on, brother. Spot on. So if you ain't hear him, listen to the replay, okay? So guys, we appreciate you guys being here with us this morning. You could be doing anything, but I definitely appreciate you coming in, tapping in, asking these great questions. We got the youth, Javier out here getting it, and everybody. So we're just excited. Lisa, we're excited to see you. She is also one of our 30-day challenge members. She's just lovely. I just love it. So for her little cute self, going to mobile home parks with her little Prada bag and whatnot. I told her about that. but yeah, so can't wait to see you guys at the conference. Make sure you click the link in the description, and we will be seeing y'all soon. You guys have a beautiful, beautiful day and a great rest of your weekend. Peace.
Gotcha. Peace.
Bye-bye.